Hey everyone, Andor Season 2 has concluded and it was amazing, and like most people it led me to rewatch Rogue One, so I decided now is a good time to rank every LEGO Star Wars, Andor, and Rogue One set. So without further ado, it is time to get started with number 16, which is the TIE Striker Microfighter. The build is definitely very compact. It is in the Microfighter scale, but even then I feel like the wings in both midsection could have just been a little bit longer. The TIE Pilot does look good, as well as the printed windscreen piece. I think if the wings were 2 studs longer, it could have looked better, but overall, not a bad microfighter. Moving on to number 15, I have the Y-Wing microfighter. It comes with one Rebel pilot, which I really do love the blue color scheme for the pilot suit. The Y-Wing microfighter does look really good. I like the flick fire missiles on the top rather than the stud shooters as the play feature, and then the overall look is really good as well. I like the nacelles and some of the detail on the back and the front with the 2 laser cannons, and of course there is the spot for the Rebel pilot to sit. It does look a little bit compact like the TIE Striker, especially in the front end of the Y-Wing, but that is just because of the microfighter scale, but I think the Y-Wing does look better. At number 14 is the Krennic Shuttle Microfighter. This one looks really good in the microfighter scale. This one has the 2 stud shooters at the front for a play feature alongside the wings folding up and down for when the ship is flying and landing. This is a good looking microfighter and it doesn't feel too clunky to me, and it definitely looks really good for Krennic Shuttle. And at number 13 is the U-Wing Microfighter. This is the last microfighter on this list, and I think this U-Wing does look very good. Of course, it does have the main feature where the S-foils can go into that out position and come back in, and I think in both ways it looks really good. This set does a really good job at capturing the details of the U-Wing, like having the 2 laser cannons in the front, the 4 engines look really good, and having the transclear pieces for the underside viewport and top viewport. The U-Wing pilot looks good, and I was always a fan of the helmet mold, including the visor as well. Overall, this is a great microfighter. Moving on, at number 12 is the Rebel Trooper Battle Pack, which comes with 4 Rebel Troopers and 2 side builds. Half of the Troopers have the usual helmet / hat mold that we've been getting for, like the Hoth Troopers and stuff, but the other half has a more newer version, and I do really like the detail on that one, and the Rebel minifigures have good printing as well. I'm a really big fan of the 2 builds that come in this set, with one of them being a really good looking speeder bike for what is a Battle Pack build, and the other being a turret with a small bit of structure around it. And these are 2 small builds that have a lot of detail on them and have good designs for being in a battle pack and are great use for the Rebel Troopers in this set as well. This is a really good battle pack that gives you 4 Rebel Troopers to fight the Empire and 2 side builds that look really good. At number 11 is the Imperial Trooper Battle Pack. This is the second and last battle pack to come from Rogue One, and this one, like the Rebels, also is a really good battle pack, coming with a great looking walker build that I really do like, and the 4 minifigures are fantastic as well. 2 of them being regular stormtroopers and the other 2 being death troopers, and these death troopers look amazing. I do prefer these stormtrooper helmet molds than the ones that we've been getting. I just think they look better. I like the side turrets on the walker build, and it does have space for 1 stormtrooper, and this is one of the better battle pack builds just in general, and I think this set is just really good. Definitely a very close ranking from the Rebel Trooper battle pack, but I think just what comes in this one with the 2 death troopers and a great build, and just overall I just gave this one the edge. Next up at number 10 is the Battle on Scarif. This released in 2017. It comes with a really good minifigure lineup with Cassian Andor, Jyn Erso, but in her Imperial uniform that she wears at the end of the movie, and 2 good-looking shore troopers. The build features a landing pad leading up to the door with a very brief interior on the inside, and then there's a bunch of beach surroundings around it. I like the accessories that come with, like the Death Star plans tile. That's a pretty cool detail to have. There's a crate that can fit some weapons, and there's even a sliding under section that comes out that can hide even more weapons. So there's a lot of play features in this set. The beach area around it definitely could have used a little bit more detail, maybe more plant pieces, but I'm glad that the beach area is around just so it adds a little bit extra scenery to the build. But overall, this is a good play set. At number 9 is the Imperial Assault Hover Tank. This comes with 3 minifigures, with 2 of them being the hover tank drivers and the other being Chirrut Îmwe. The minifigures do look really good, especially Chirrut Îmwe. I love the accessories with his 2 weapons and the cloth piece. The 2 drivers look really good as well. I do like the helmet molds. Now the actual assault hover tank is an amazing build. I love the turrets on each side and the overall design. There's a bunch of space on the back for multiple crates, and then the top can lift off to fit both drivers, so I like that there is space. This is a good design with a lot of accuracies for the Imperial hover tank. Moving on to number 8 is the ATST. Comes with 3 minifigures that include Baze Malbus, an Imperial ATST driver, and a Rebel Trooper named Lieutenant Cephala. The ATST looks really good. There is, of course, a seat inside for the driver to fit in. The top half is really detailed. I like the laser cannon designs on each side of the the head. The design of the front, essentially the face of the AT-ST, looks really good. I like how you can see the driver through the eyes. The legs look good. I like how it's a little tiled off with some plates and tiles on the outside, but you can see the Technic pieces on the inside. So altogether, I think this is one of the better looking AT-STs that LEGO has released. I do really like the look. At number 7 is the U-Wing, which just released in 2025 and is an Andor Season 2 set. This is also the second U-Wing that LEGO has made. First off, I do really love the minifigure selection, coming with K2SO, Cassian Andor, Dedra Miro, and an ISB Tactical Officer. Each minifigure looks really good. It's cool getting K2SO again and getting Dedra Miro as a LEGO minifigure. I really like the exterior of this U-Wing. I like its more sleeker and smoother look, as that's a lot more accurate to the on-screen, where the U-Wing is a very thin and sleek ship. This one does have a couple of things that are not good with it, like the downsizing, and the interior suffers for it. There's only space for one minifigure, and even then, Cassian can only fit in there without his hairpiece. It's a very small interior, and the U-Wing can fit multiple people in universe. The 4 engine thrusters on the back aren't all round, as there is a section of each one that it is kind of square shaped, and I think it just looks better all round and more accurate. Those are a couple of examples that definitely hinder this set, but like I said, overall it comes with a really good minifigure selection for Andor Season 2, and I think that the exterior still looks really good in that sleeker and smoother look. And this U-Wing still does a terrific job at getting the S-foil feature going out and in. It looks great in both positions. At number 6 is the Ambush on Ferrix. This one came out in 2022 and is from the first season of Andor. This set features 2 builds, with them being a speeder bike and the mobile tac pod. The speeder bike has 2 seats for both Cassian and Luthen to sit on, and I just really like the design and the amount of detail that the speeder bike has, especially the front half of the speeder bike. It looks really good. The mobile tac pod looks amazing as well. I really love the detail on the exterior, especially the front part of the ship and some of the techniques used to get the angles on each corner of the front. Now on the inside, there is an interior space that can fit a couple of minifigures. For the size of this build, having this big of an interior is pretty good. Definitely should have came with one more of the blue security officers just to fill out the tac pod, but overall this is an excellent set that comes with 2 very detailed builds. At number 5 is the TIE Striker. This is definitely a very unique TIE variant introduced in Rogue One, and I think this LEGO set just looks really good. One, I really love the long wings, as well as the midsection in the middle. There is a spot, of course, in the cockpit for the TIE pilot, and then there's a section in the back that you can fit a couple of accessories, so there's a couple of compartments and interior spaces within this long midsection. I think this TIE Striker overall just looks so menacing, and the size is good, especially since the wings are so long in universe, and I think this set does a good job at capturing the look. Moving on to number 4 is the U-Wing that came out in 2016. This one is a really good size, and because of that, it does have a larger interior that can fit at least 2, maybe 3 minifigures inside it, and the doors slide open, so that's a lot more accurate than the newer version. I also really love how this set comes with 5 minifigures, including, Jyn Erso, Cassian Andor, and how they're all Rebel personnel, so you can actually fill out this U-Wing. Now the exterior does look really good still. Due to its bigger size, it does look a little bit more bulky than, the more sleek look of the U-Wing, but still looks really good. I do love the 4 engine thrusters on the back and how they are all round. I think this is still the best U-Wing. Obviously, both U-Wings have things that are better than each other, but I think overall, with what this set offers, the bigger interior, still having the look of the U-Wing, and 5 excellent minifigures, I definitely do think that this is a really good set. Next up at number 3 is the Y-Wing, which released in 2017. This is a phenomenal looking Y-Wing. I love all the greebling within the midsection connecting the nacelles, and the cockpit area looks great as well with the brick-built yellow color on the front. I just really love all the detail on this set. There is also a side accessory to go with this Y-Wing, like a small crane / cart that can also hold the flick fire missiles, and it also just comes with a lot of minifigures, a lot of Rebel personnel, which I really like, and 1 stormtrooper to give, the Empire a little bit of a force in this set, even though he is vastly outnumbered. But I just really love all the minifigures and everything that comes in the set with an excellent looking Y-Wing. Now coming in at number 2 is Darth Vader's castle. This set came out in 2018, and Darth Vader's castle was first introduced in Rogue One. The exterior of this castle looks very good, and it's definitely great for display. Really love the look of the translucent red in between the structuring. It just looks very menacing. I also really love the rock formations on each side of the castle, as well as the lava fall in the middle. This is a really good looking Darth Vader Vader's castle. Now moving on to the full interior with multiple levels of rooms. At the bottom is a hangar bay that can fit a miniaturized TIE Advance for Darth Vader. The TIE Advance does look very good. The room above that is the Bacta tank where Darth Vader is, and there is enough space for 2 royal guards to stand. And the last room at the top is a small meditation chamber for Darth Vader, and there is a Emperor Palpatine hologram as well. And at the very top is a small turret that you can have the minifigure use. There's even an underside section with what looks to be a Sith shrine and can reveal a Sith holocron, so it's a cool detail and an extra play feature to the set. This is a phenomenal set that comes with a lot to play with and a great build to display. And at the number 1 spot is Krennic Shuttle. This set released in 2016 and comes with 6 minifigures. It's a really big model, especially when the wings are outstretched in its flying mode, and of course the wings can come back up when it's landed, and it looks good in both positions. I really love the design, especially to get the right angles and overall look of the ship, especially at the front part where the cockpit is leading down to the underside. There's also a decent sized interior where you can fit the Imperial personnel in the set, like the Death Troopers and Krennic. This Krennic shuttle design definitely really captures that imposing look that the ship gives off. This is a set that looks really good on display and is also very fun to play with, and I just love the amount of minifigures that comes in this set, and it's a very accurate build. That is my full ranking of every LEGO Star Wars, Andor, and Rogue One set. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with anything. I always like hearing what you have to say. Definitely lightsaber slash that like button and hit subscribe with post notifications on so you do not miss any more LEGO content. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.